Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take
TV. I'm about to get ready to do a deep breakdown on your girl Mariska. I think it's Mariska Hargitay, if I'm not mistaken. Well, aka Olivia Benson off Law and Order SVU. And I want to really delve deep into this because I really want to tap into her whole story and how this. I want to really prove my point that these actors, these celebrities, have a whole scripted career. Everything is just scripted to happen. And what tripped me out about her is how her mother, Jane Mansfield, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get into that in a second. How back in, I think, like mid 1960s, how she got decapitated in a car crash while Mariska was in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? And I think her siblings, and how Mariska got decapitated. It was actually June 26th, which is known as a high climax of sacrifice, like a grand high climax. And I'm gonna delve into this because I really wanna tap into this because how her mother back then was known for Playboy. You know what I'm saying? And she was an actress. But I'm gonna play a clip from one of Mariska's, aka Olivia's, interviews, and I'm gonna chime in.
I don't know how somebody can have 5 children and yet still be a sex symbol.
Notice the circle she made. Pay attention to her hands.
And yet still be a sex symbol.
Look at this one more time.
And yet still be a sex symbol.
Come on, man. You don't see the circle that she's making? Because, you know, people are, well, no, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you because her mother literally used to hang out with Anton Levy. They were real close friends, actually. You see the mother throwing up the hand symbolism. And you see she's literally hanging out with one of the founders of the Satanic Church. You know what I'm saying? And they were close friends. You feel where I'm going with this? And what tripped me out about that, like I said, how her mother literally was with Playboy. And if you understand Playboy back in that time, especially during the time when they really were coming out, but back in that time, they are still like that. But I mean, you know, all of Hollywood is built on sex kitten, mind control programming. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand the Playboy bunny, it's real deep because, like I've been saying, everything that the occult does is all to mimic and use what's good and make it evil. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know the Most High created constellations, created everything, but in their sense, how they use the story of the Orion and the hair for wickedness. You know what I'm saying? And it's so deep because what they do is, when you remember the show Bugs Bunny, you remember on Bugs Bunny how he would literally always tease Elmer because he never could hunt him down. You know what I'm saying? Elmer always would get hurt somehow every time he tried to attack Bugs Bunny. And what's so deep about that is how going back to the whole Playboy aspect, what really tripped me out about that is how the mother, like I said, was literally with Playboy with Hugh Hefner. And when you understand the whole rabbit thing, the mighty hunter would literally get killed every time he tried to destroy the rabbit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you understand about the rabbit hole and Alice in Wonderland. You know what I mean? And you get lost in time. But it's deep, though, because how her mother, what tripped me out about that is, and I'm going to actually play a clip because this was back on an old show she guest starred on. That's why I said everything is literally scripted, because she guest starred on this back in, like, I think this was the 60s, early 60s, yeah. This early 60s, it was actually a television show that was called Burke's Law. And on this episode, the mother in 1964, literally like a year before she dies, she guest stars, right? And on this episode she guest star on is a funeral going on. You know what I mean? And what literally tripped me out about that, I'm going to actually play the clip because her mother died at 34 years old. Remember I said she got decapitated in that car crash. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to delve deep into this because This right here tripped me out. How her being guest star was a funeral on a show about being, solving murders and crimes. When we already know about Olivia Benson, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know him, but if you liked him, he must have been real swell. Yeah, real swell. I'll tell you something, Cleo. When I first came to
Like literally 2 months before her mama guest starred on that show, she Mariska was born. And now look at it, 34 years old. Like I said, the mother died, right? And Mariska, 35 years later, started her career on Law and Order. You know what I'm saying? In 1999. And we already know Olivia literally is a detective who solved rapes and murders and etc. You know what I'm saying? And pedophilia cases. And you see how her mama was involved with like I said, Playboy, and how she used to be dealing with Hugh Hefner and all of them, JFK and all of those guys. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is deep. Notice the script, how deep that script really goes. And back then too, the mom, it was literally, this was nothing but a ritual, because what happened was, I think they were at some kind of little circus or something like that. And like the mama, literally her son literally had got mauled by a lion. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, this stuff, it's crazy. You feel where I'm going? And it's like, look at this, how the mother, you already know Playboy wear nothing but the leopard and everything, because when you understand the god Pan, who was the god of the Hollywood world, he was the god of the leopards. You know what I mean? AKA Nimrod, who was known as nothing but the leopard tamer. And Pan used to literally lure boys with music and art, and basically lure boys into the wilderness and have man boy love. That's what the whole show, Rick and Morty, all of those shows, they show you like that. It all is tied in, because actually the creator of Rick and Morty even came out and said that he was a pedophile. You feel me? But this stuff is so deep, how everything is just tied in, how this lady 35 years later becomes when her mom died at 34, and she literally 35 years later becomes a Law and Order, come on, man, detective, lieutenant. Like, it's crazy how that's everything that her mom was doing. She's now basically a detective for that. That's deep stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's deep. And look on this show right here, actually called Adam 12, and it was an episode that she guest starred on, and she was a rape victim. Like, pay attention to this.
But I know that he was black. He was tall, about your size, and he had on jeans and a sweatshirt. It was gray, I think.
How about the van? Do you remember if he put you in a rear door or a side door?
Rear door.
Did you see a
You know what
license
I'm
plate?
saying?
No, but it was white.
Pay attention to all of this. Like, this stuff is crazy.
Well, this was something to remember. First of all, A, because I learned it when I was 14, and B, because it says whoever here is the prettiest gets the most kisses. Not bad, right?
Oh, I see. Well, that's
Yes. Spaghetti westerns, and so, and I'm Hungarian, so we would go to Italy and to Hungary. And I wanted to know if you liked my work on Cinderella.
Oh, yes, I did.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just look at all of this stuff. Like, these people are literally just actors, not only on the screen, but actors literally on the in reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mariska Hargitay portrays
The world
Detective
is a
Olivia
stage.
Benson on Law & Order SVU, side by side with sexy actor Christopher Maloney.
You don't know how much mail I get that says, when are you and Taylor going to get together? It's hilarious. But you know you're doing something.
Like, come on, man. Like, this stuff is crazy. Yeah, too, is because, the actor who Olivia, basically was playing with at the time. Remember, everybody know Elliot. You know what I'm saying? Olivia and Elliot. And when you look at that, what get me so crazy is how back when the mama died, I think they literally sold off her house, her mansion, her pink palace, to a lady named Cass Elliot, from the Mama and Papa. So you remember the song like California Dreaming, all of those songs back then, like that was the Mama and Papas, and like one of the main singers was literally named Cass Elliot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just pay attention to all of this. It's like all in our face, yo. Way further on the Mama, like literally going back with the whole Playboy situation, it's like 17 of those Playboy girls, the younger ones, like Marilyn Monroe had died. Then like 5 years later, because Jane Mansfield was literally like a replica. They was like that was a new Monroe. You know what I'm saying? And then Anna Nicole Smith. You know, a lot of them women, like 17 of them, they say like died from automobile accidents, drug overdoses, and homicides and plane crashes. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And look at him. He played nothing but the role of the god Pan, the god of sacrifice and the god of ritual madness and orgies and lust. You know what I mean? Hugh Hefner was nothing but a plant, man. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff is deep stuff, man. How literally this lady is literally playing out the role of a detective after all of that. You know what I'm saying? And how it was already predictive programmed 35 years ago, back from 1999 when Law and Order started, how she was going to become a detective on TV shows. You know what I mean? Because everything she usually play on usually deal with like being like either dealing with the law somehow or being a victim of the law or something. Because it was even a show that she was on where she was literally in jail. I forgot what it was called. But basically it was an episode where she was in jail on the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, come on, man. That was like the 90s, I think 96, you know? Like this stuff it's crazy. Um the Lazarus man. Hint the name Lazarus. When you know about scripture, you know Lazarus who was risen from the dead, you know what I'm saying? By the Messiah. You feel me? Like this stuff right here is just it's all in our face. Like how these people literally have a scripted life. It's nothing but like the Truman Show. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually going to end that right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming. Stay tuned. Peace.